The biggest mess up in Oscar history, bomb threats continue at local Jewish centers, and a look at this week's crazy weather. All that and more coming up on this half hour of RTN News. Welcome back to a brand new episode of RTN News. I'm Summer Shiki.
And I'm Sean Kelly. Let's get started with some local news.
Security is expected to be heightened at the local Jewish centers targeted by threats yesterday. The first threat was directed toward the Siegel Jewish Community Center in Talleyville, Delaware. That threat came in around 9:45 in the morning. Then just over an hour later, a bomb threat was phoned in at the Katz JCC in Cherry Hill. And 11:30, the Perlman Jewish Day School in Wynwood was evacuated as police investigated a threat. Thankfully, authorities said all three threats were unfounded.
Hoping to make your commute faster to the Jersey Shore? The Cape May County Bridge Commission has approved to install Easy Pass across all the 5 bridges connecting the Jersey Shore towns. The installation of Easy Pass will increase efficiency and cut traffic tie-ups on the bridge. The Middle Thoroughfare Bridge, Grassy Sound Bridge, Townsend Inlet Bridge, Corson's Inlet Bridge, and the Ocean City Longport Bridge will all have this new equipment installed. Executive Director of the Cape May County Bridge Commission, Karen Coughlin, says, quote, when people come to the shore, they expect Easy Pass to be there. It will definitely make things easier. A public hearing will be held on April 27th about the toll.
Bill Cosby's upcoming sexual assault trial will still be held in Montgomery County, despite his lawyer's pleas. A Pennsylvania judge made the ruling yesterday. However, jurors will come from another Pennsylvania county. The comedian is accused of assaulting former Temple employee Andrea Constant in 2004. She is one of dozens of women who have accused Cosby of sexual misconduct. Cosby denies all allegations against him.
Masked gunmen shot at a group of men this past Saturday evening, injuring one in the arm. Bridgeton police state that 3 men were walking on Fairview Avenue in Bridgeton around 4:45 p.m. when 3 men approached them with guns and masks. Soon the 3 gunmen ran off, but not before one was shot in the arm. Police described the gunmen as young and wearing dark clothing. Anyone with information is urged to contact the Bridgeton police. And now we have Jashanti Pittman with your weather forecast.
Thank you. Today it is sunny with a high 65 and low 55. Make sure you grab a coat and some rain boots because it will be raining on Wednesday with a high 74 and low 45. But don't put away the coat just yet because on Thursday it will be very windy with a high 49 and low 31. And on Friday the rain will come back with a high 42 and low 22. The rain will finally go away on Saturday, leaving it sunny with a high 42 and low 28, but will be cloudy on Sunday with a high 47 and low 38. So the weather is not looking too good this week.
This weather is just so crazy. It's like hot one day and cold the next day. Yes. It's crazy.
It's always a fight in the morning when I get up. I don't know what's going to happen. I might be in a whole completely different world.
Yeah, like I'd be going to class and like I have a coat on, then I leave class, it's like hot. I'm like, oh my gosh.
But I'm just happy it's really like not that cold where it's snowing. So I'm just glad about that.
Of course.
You love snow though.
I love snow.
Yeah. Thanks, Jashanti. Coming up after the break, find out what company is being sued for billions of dollars for selling defective products.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back to RTN News. If you watched the Oscars on Sunday night, you saw the biggest mess up ever in the Academy Awards history. Carlin has the latest on that story.
Thanks, Summer. Some big things happened at the Oscars this past Sunday. Most importantly, the mix-up for the biggest award of the night, Best Picture. Warren Beatty was given the wrong envelope of Best Actress, which said Emma Stone for La La Land. In his confusion, Beatty stutters and tries to show this to his onstage partner, Faye Dunaway. She announces La La Land, and the respective crew gather on stage. In the middle of La La Land acceptance speeches, the correct envelope is brought onto the stage as Warren Beatty and Jimmy Kimmel try to correct the mistake. Jordan Horowitz, producer of La La Land, took matters into his own hands, telling the audience there's been a mistake and showing the Best Picture envelope with Moonlight written on it. Horowitz told Good Morning America the next day, "I wanted to make sure the right thing was done. At that point, it's not about me, it's about making sure Moonlight got the recognition it really deserves." Another big event at the awards ceremony was Netflix's first Oscar win for the documentary short, The White Helmets. The documentary follows 3 volunteer rescue workers who provide emergency medical assistance to civilians in the middle of the Syrian civil war. Comedian Jordan Peele, known from Key and Peele, has directed and written his first film, and it's no laughing matter. Get Out, which was released this past Friday, has ignited critical buzz, as well as gaining a score of 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Peele states the film is a social thriller, in which he was inspired by social films of the past like The Stepford Wives and Rosemary's Baby. The social issue in Get Out is racism, in which Peele states, as uncomfortable as it is, we have to discuss it if we're going to get anywhere. Get Out is in theaters now. Now, we'll throw to Natasha Forden with the proper way to eat dinner.
On Friday night, February 17th, the Rowan Raw hosted an etiquette dinner and ballroom dance lessons in the Student Center. Later that evening, from about 10:30 p.m. until 1 a.m., students partook in a dance lesson held in the pit, hosted by local Glassboro dance studio owner, Jean LaPierre.
My name is Jean LaPierre, and I'm a professor here for ballroom dancing, and I also have a studio here in Glassboro as well called LaPierre Ballroom Dance Studio. I've been here for 6 years now, and we're really excited. Tonight's the etiquette dinner, and so we're going to be doing some more formal dancing and professional dancing. We're going to be working on ballroom dancing, foxtrot, rumba, and jitterbug swing action.
Attendees swayed to and fro while learning the dance steps of the classical waltz, jive, fox step, and jitterbug. They followed the 1, 2, 3 counts of Mr. LaPierre, picking up the movements well enough to then try the steps on their own at a faster pace. The evening was filled with good food, fun dance steps, and of course, big smiles and a lot of laughter. I'm Natasha Forden, reporting for Rowan News Entertainment. And don't forget, when in doubt, pinky out.
So, do you guys feel like you know how to eat properly now at dinner?
Yeah.
After watching that, I guess so.
I'm like, I thought I had the stuff going in, but it was a refresher.
Yes, maybe when I go back home, my mom won't yell at me so much.
Well, thank you, Carlin. Coming up after the break, we're going to have more in local news, so don't go away.
Listen, I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you judge me for having a problem. No one is going to know that I need help. I need help. I know that no one is going to judge me for having a problem. I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you listen.
A West Deptford man was sentenced to 37 months in prison on Monday. Michael A. Finelli admitted in federal court to robbing 6 banks across the South Jersey area between June and September of 2015. Police released security video of Finelli waving a handgun and demanding money at multiple banks. Police ended his spree after he robbed the National Penn Bank in Florence on September 24th. He was also sentenced to 3 years of supervised release.
Airbag maker Takata must now pay $1 billion in criminal penalties after selling millions of defective airbags. The Justice Department announced the deal yesterday. The Japanese company was also given 3 years of probation. Takata's exploding airbags have been linked to at least 11 deaths in the United States. The Takata recall is the largest in U.S. history, affecting nearly 70 million airbags. Well, do you love to eat cereal in the morning? Mavish has the latest on whether that delicious breakfast choice is good or bad for your health.
Thanks, Summer. Cereal is a breakfast classic, but let's be honest, do we really know which are healthy and which are just hiding behind the hype? Registered dietitian Jackie London has some advice before you grab that colorful box. Keep an eye for portion control. Look for cereals that list between a half to full cup of cereal per serving. If the cereal has a high density like granola-based or high fiber types, try to have a smaller serving size. The goal is to consume between 350 to 400 calories for breakfast. Ignore the no artificial label. London says that technically they may not be wrong, but processed cereal is not going to be the most nutritious food by any means. Look for cereals that have a short ingredient list and have whole grains like wheat or oats written first. And of course, check the sugar content. Just because the cereal says no high fructose corn syrup doesn't mean it doesn't have other sweeteners, said London. Look for cereals that use organic cane sugar, caramel, or rice or maple sugar. Blueberries. Who knew they could be so healthy? They are called nature's candy because of their sweet flavor, but are far from being similar to candy. 1 cup is only 85 calories and are a good source of vitamin C, vitamin K, and manganese, according to Today.com. The purple pigment is full of antioxidants to promote overall wellness. Even frozen blueberries, which can be stored for months, are a great value. Many studies show that daily consumption decreases the risk of obesity, diabetes, and heart disease. So when packing your lunch tomorrow, add a container of blueberries to munch on throughout the day. So what do you guys pack for lunch in the morning?
I don't.
You don't?
That's sad, I know.
Do you eat though on campus?
Oh, of course,
okay.
Yeah, I don't starve myself.
Some people skip meals. It's really bad in college.
But no, I just find whatever I can.
Okay, all right, what about you,
I
Summer?
try to meal prep during the week, but
Okay.
you know, it gets hard sometimes.
It is,
but
definitely.
Blueberries are definitely so good.
They are good. I enjoy
Yeah,
them.
and they're so easy to pack. Just grab a bag at the grocery store. So
Boom.
have a lot of
Very
great,
easy. Very
good qualities.
And now we have Nick Finelli with the political package.
Given the recent protests on our campuses and other campuses around the country, students have a varying opinion for these types of events.
But it's so sad the way that our country is so divided and there's so many protests. I feel like everyone's on high alert.
Rowan's not the group or the electors that put Donald Trump in the White House, so I don't see why you would take it out on your school, the school you're paying to go to.
And I think it's really well that Rowan students decided to hey, let's put this message out here that we're welcoming of everyone.
When the Democratic Club, me being the president, when we saw that there was, all of this fear and this hate kind of going around in an unconstitutional act of that executive order, we wanted to do something about it. So we thought of a productive way where we actually protest it, but we also were calling Congress people. We called through all of Senate and all of House because calling your Congress people is the way you're going to get your message across that you're not okay with it.
I believe that students have the right to protest on their campuses and express their opinions because that is what was outlined in our Constitution. But I feel like it doesn't make the greatest effect on what's going on in Washington.
The student body opinion on the rights and limits to exercise the First Amendment remains a key issue. Reporting from the Chamberlain Student Center, I'm Nick Finelli for RTN News.
After the break, find out what crashed into a Riverside, California home, killing at least 3 people.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving. The ultimate party foul.
Got a quarter?
For the second time this week, an out-of-control vehicle has slammed into a Mardi Gras parade. This past Tuesday, a total of 12 Gulf Shores High School band members were injured. The driver appears to be a 73-year-old man not under the influence of either drugs or alcohol. Police Chief of Gulf Shores Edward Delmore says, quote, "We are certain this wasn't intentional, and this was an accident." The crash unfolded just days after 28 people were injured in New Orleans.
At least 3 people are dead after a small plane crashed into a neighborhood in Riverside, California. 2 others were injured in the crash yesterday afternoon. The small plane carrying 5 passengers had just taken off from the Riverside Municipal Airport a half-mile away before nosediving into the neighborhood. No one on the ground was hurt. The passengers reportedly were returning to San Jose after attending a cheerleading competition at Disneyland. Many neighbors rushed outside after the shocking crash.
Ever wanted to take a trip to the moon? Well, you might have a chance now with news of the company Spacex saying they are planning to send 2 paying customers around the moon. Company founder Elon Musk says the company will approach 2 private individuals who know one another to be a part of the private space mission. Musk said the flight will be autonomous and needs no specifically trained astronauts on board, but extensive training will be done. SpaceX says this mission presents an opportunity for humans to return to deep space for the first time in 45 years.
The Trump Tower climber who went up to the 21st floor of the Manhattan skyscraper last August now agrees the move was reckless. Stephen Ragada pleaded guilty to reckless endangerment and disorderly conduct in court yesterday as a part of a plea deal. The 20-year-old must complete mental health treatment and show enrollment in school or a full-time employment for the year. He will avoid jail time if he does not violate the conditions of the plea. Now let's head over to Kevin Cornell with an update on our Rowan sports teams.
Thanks, Summer. With a tie in the game in the bottom of the 9th inning for Rowan University, they were able to squeeze out a 7-4 victory over Stevens Institute of Technology to start off the new season. Catcher Steve Hua led the way for the Profs, hitting 2 for 4, including a double and 3 RBIs, while second baseman Alec Kokos went 2 for 5 with 2 RBIs in his collegiate debut. Right-handed pitcher Rob Grilly picked up the win for the Profs, allowing 2 runs on 3 hits with 2 strikeouts. The Profs traveled to Randolph-Macomb College for their next match on March 4th. 3 Profs were able to earn the honor of being named New Jersey Athletic Conference Players of the Week for the weeks ending in February 26th. John Morris, the senior from Bridgeton, New Jersey, earned Male Diver of the Week for the 5th time in his Rowan career. Harrison Escoffery from Hackensack, New Jersey, won the award for the men's indoor track and field team, while Jason Stefanski, as a freshman from Carneys Point, New Jersey, took Rookie Men's Indoor Track and Field Athlete of the Week. Escoffery and Stefanski both received their awards for traveling to Staten Island for the Fast Track Last Chance Invitational, while Morris competed in the NCAA Northeast and South Diving Regional. The women's indoor track and field team had several members take part in the Fast Track Last Chance Invitational this past Saturday. The 4x400 meter relay team of Beatrice Robinson, Dajae McClellan, Danny Nicholas, and Tasha Bethea finished second in the event. Jesselyn Wright would be the top individual performer for Rowan, coming in 4th place in the 1,000 meter with a school record time of 2 minutes and 58.48 seconds. The next event for the track and field team will be at Ithaca College for the Eastern College Athletic Conference Championship. The men's track and field team also took part in the Fast Track Last Chance Invitational, where the distance medley relay team of Kelvin Veltre, Jamil Jackson, Brandon Eldershaw, and John Meyer took first place with a time of 10 minutes, 24.93 seconds. Individual performances included Kevin Veltre, who also scored 3rd place in the 1,000 meters with a time of 2 minutes, 30.41 seconds, along with Harrison Escoffery and Jefferson Tucker finishing 1st and 2nd respectively in the high jump. And now we head over to Dino Arantoulis for more information on Rowan sports.
A day after they defeated Fredona State 6-1, the Division III hockey team played Southern Connecticut State in the finals of the ACHA D3 Atlantic Regional. With 5 minutes and 11 seconds on the clock, center Eric Bell of the Profs scores off of a power play, taking the lead 1-0. Defenseman John Cassio and Kyle Welsh assisted on the goal. A minute and 52 seconds later, center Alec Weisensee scores, doubling the lead. The goal was assisted by forward Brendan Iana in the second period off of a turnover in the Owls zone. Forward Tom Brunski picked up the loose puck and fired a backhand, making the score 2-1. Defenseman Jake Crow made the assist on the play. Late in the third period, Brunski powered through the defense and scored off a cross-ice pass by defenseman Jason Steele to tie the game at 2. The Tom Brunski show continued as he scores from a sharp angle, giving the Owls the lead and a win that sends them to Columbus, Ohio for the ACHA Division III National Tournament. Rowan fell to 21-7 on the season and will play Brynathan in their conference championship on Saturday, March 4th. This is Dino Armentulis reporting for RTN News.
And a tough break there for the Profs. 21-7, as Dino mentioned, on the season, and just not able to get the job done come the time that they need to.
It's all right, but they were showing it in the season. They were doing really good, throughout the whole season, and 21-7 is not that bad. They just pick themselves up and come back next year.
Absolutely, definitely a hard-fought season for the Profs.
Yeah, but it was a good one.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Kevin. Now we head over to Patricia Ianuki with an interesting monologue event.
Thanks, guys. Patricia here on the set of the Vagina Monologues just moments before showtime. But first, a quick talk with the directors.
So I was asked by Alicia, who is the graduate assistant for the Women's Center. I was involved in the Vagina Monologues as a freshman at Rowan, and they stopped doing it after that. So I really I was really excited to see that it was going on again. I thought it was a really great opportunity. I was honored that Alicia asked me to step up and direct this. So I really just couldn't say no. So.
I'd do it again.
You'd do it again?
In a heartbeat. Oh. Yeah, we're gonna make this an annual thing.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I heard that it stopped after 2014.
Yeah, and I don't know why. I was still undergrad, so
Okay.
I really don't know what happened. But as far as now that we have the Women's Center here and it's more of a concrete thing, this is something that we want to do annually, and it needs to keep going on. I think especially in the state of things right now, we
Absolutely.
need women empowerment. We need to show support, and that we're here and not going anywhere.
What are you hoping that the audience takes from this show?
Maybe, I guess that everyone is kind of similar in their own sense, but also we're all individuals. So I guess to be more mindful of one another and care about each other, because we don't really know what one another has been through.
And I guess adding on to that vaginas are not a taboo topic. A lot of people won't even say the word vagina, and that's a point that's made several times in the show. I guess we also tried to make a point to make the show a lot more inclusive of transgender people than historically it is. So just that a side note, not everyone with a vagina is a woman, and not every woman has a vagina, and we tried to make that really clear.
Well, there you have it. I wish nothing but the best for each performer tonight, but I gotta get in there before the show starts. Back to you guys.
I don't really know what to think about the event, but when I actually saw what it was about, it's really
it's
empowering.
pretty interesting. It opens a topic not a lot of people talk about, but it's it's adventurous, and that's what college is all about.
Yeah.
So it's very exciting.
Exactly. Well, thank you for joining us for this week's episode of RTN News. I'm Summer Shiki.
And I'm Sean Kelly. Have a great week, Rowan University.
City of stars, are you shining just for